Indo-Pacific Rules and Status Quo Protection Resolution. Mr. President, distinguished delegates, friends, there are moments in history when the tides of power attempts to rise above the rule of law, when reefs are remade into fortresses, when fishing boats are chased from waters that fed their families for generations, and when the quiet currents of daily life are disrupted by coercion dressed in the language of history. Today, we gather because such a moment has arrived in the Indo-Pacific. Let us speak with clarity. Let us speak with honesty. And let us speak with purpose. The Charter of the United Nations prohibits the threat or use of force. UNCLOS provides the rules that keep our seas open and our nations equal. And the 2016 Arbitral Award delivered by the Permanent Court of Arbitration made one principle unmistakable. No state may claim the world's oceans as a private inheritance. Yet, across the East and South China Seas, we have seen dangerous maneuvers, the harassment of lawful vessels, the deployment of maritime militia, and the artificial rewriting of geography itself. These actions do not merely challenge borders. They challenge the very idea that law, not might, governs the international community. Allow me to share one story. Renato, a fisherman from the Philippines, once sailed alongside his father across waters they knew as well as their own hands. One day, armed vessels appeared, not with warning shots, but with silent intimidation. Their nets stayed dry. Their livelihoods vanished. Their dignity was shaken, not because they broke the law, but because someone stronger ignored it. We cannot allow the story of Renato to become the story of an entire region. This is why we present today the Indo-Pacific Rules and Status Quo Protection Resolution. It is anchored in three simple commitments: law, presence, partnership. Law, because UNCLOS is not optional, and no historic narrative can rewrite the obligations we accepted together. Presence, because peaceful seas require nations to stand together with transparency, discipline, and professionalism to prevent coercion before it takes root. Partnership, because stability grows not from isolation, but from shared investment, shared opportunity, and shared security. Our resolution reaffirms that unilateral changes to the maritime status quo by force or coercion have no place in this century. It establishes an international registry to document illicit maritime activities so that the world can see clearly and judge fairly. It calls for multinational cooperation to ensure safety at sea and confidence among neighbors. And it invites every nation, large or small, to join in shaping a region where rules matter more than intimidation. This resolution is not aimed at humiliating any nation. It is aimed at protecting all nations. We do not seek confrontation. We seek responsibility. We seek predictability. We seek peace built on equal respect. And to those who argue that power confers privilege, we offer a different vision, that power confers responsibility. The responsibility to respect law, to protect the vulnerable, and to act with the wisdom required by this fragile century. Distinguished delegates, after a storm, the sea does not ask who is big or small, only who is willing to rebuild the shore. Let us rebuild the Indo-Pacific together. Let us ensure that fishermen, traders, families, sailors, and students inherit the region where they can dream without fear. Today, we ask this assembly to adopt the resolution, not to punish, but to prevent, not to provoke, but to protect. not to divide, but to anchor the future in rules that safeguard us all. May we choose law over intimidation. May we choose dignity over coercion. May we choose the horizon of peace over the shadows of empire. Thank you.